And we are live, and that should not be up there yet. We are live for Blazing Saddles with GM Powerlines, who has... Do you even know who directed this movie?
You told me it was by the guy who did Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's all I know.
Do you know any other movies by the man?
Nope, don't even know his name.
You don't? Have you ever seen Young Frankenstein?
Nope.
Have you seen Men in Tights?
Yep, loved it. I haven't seen it in about 20 years, though.
God, okay, so... We're going into somebody almost nearly blind. Have you ever seen History of the World Part 1?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Was that the guy with the gunboats in Japan?
No. Have you seen Spaceballs?
Yes.
Okay, well, you've seen at least 2 Mel Brooks films.
Okay.
Okay, we're here with Mel Brooks. As you can see, below me is a timer, and that will be how you guys can keep on time with me. If you, whether, you know, anything happens, you can just go and use that timer as a thing to be aligned with where we are in the film. Sadly, because this is YouTube and Twitch, I cannot screen share the film. That is for Discord. Ooh. So, sadly, you have to have your own version of the film. Now, to my knowledge, is only the 93-minute version, or rather the 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds. But in film, that's just 93 minutes. 93-minute version. So as long as you have that, we're good. And I will also provide a little watch example here, so you can also align for the first few seconds in case you just want to have that visual redundancy for yourself. And I don't really know if there's much more to say. Is anyone here ready to get going in chat? Is one thing I would ask. As I quickly do some last second double checking. Get that up.
Do you have the video source shared to me? Because I still just see the your face on the Discord share.
Hold on, let me.
I'll screenshot what I'm seeing.
The stream is Blazing Saddles, where we will be having a timer right below me, as I said, where you can line up your viewing of Blazing Saddles with ours, and we're just gonna watch it. Sadly, of course, I can't screen share the movie for obvious reasons, but it's showing right now that. I mean, I have to reset the movie to the start of the film, but it should be. Like, what do you see on the screen share right now for you?
I put a screenshot of it in the Discord chat.
Did you click on me, or did you click on...
You started sharing your screen, and I clicked on that, and this came up.
Click out, then click back in.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know, Discord is weird.
It's Blazing Saddles with somebody who's never seen the movie before, so it's going to be quite the experience for him. Ooh.
I've been looking forward to it because of Men in Tights.
Of all the... Okay. So, let me just get some last things in order. I have the movie up. And actually, before we start, I'm going to make sure for his side that the audio is good. So just tell me if you can hear the audio on... Okay. And with that, I can go back to the very beginning. And we can just kick into this. Ooh, if you're ready, chat, I'm ready. Let's see here, and need to find the timer tab. Put up the watch example, so you can line up with you guys can line up. And anyone who's not here already, we can just fine. They can just use the timer to line up. Ooh. And do you prefer Men in Tight? Actually, we'll give it another, like, 2 minutes. We'll start at 9:15. Do you prefer Men in Tights, or do you prefer, Spaceballs? Real quick.
I'd say Men in Tights, because it's a classic movie to me. Spaceballs I liked, but I only saw it once. And it was funny, but I saw it way after it came out.
Okay,
like,
considering
way
the
after.
lead actor of Men in Tights, do you prefer Men in Tights or Princess Bride?
I'd say Men in Tights.
Really?
I like both, but I like Men in Tights more.
What is your favorite scene from Men in Tights?
The most iconic scene in my memory, and it's been a good 2 decades since I last saw the movie, is when they're at the feast and Robin Hood smacks or accepts the duel by smacking the guy back with a gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's the most iconic scene in my memory.
The scene that it was recently on Twitter, but a scene that I'm thinking of is the scene where he goes to the king and the king's like, he goes when the sheriff goes to the king, he's like, I have bad news, king, and it's just like, oh, well, could you like, I hate bad news, could you give it to me in an upbeat fashion? And hello, Neon. And it's just like, in an upbeat fashion, okay, well, you know, Robin Hood, you know, the man who you know, was fighting the crusade with your brother, is like telling him all this bad news, but saying it in a really positive fashion, and like the king, and like the stand-in king is just sitting there horrified. It's like, why would you say that to me so happily? We're screwed. And it's just like, well, you told me to.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Oh god, Neon spoilers though. A drinking game. I think you might be dead if you do that drinking game. Ooh. Okay, but we have the movie ready, and we're going to be starting now in, let's say, 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I might be a half second off, but I don't think that's a problem for the timer. I'm just going to let it play through this part, and then we're just going to take away the watch example. Kind of awkward when the movie has a built-in. Ooh, Warner Bros.
Is Mel Brooks the Gladiator guy?
That's Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson,
No.
okay.
You don't want to get them confused. One is a Jew, and the other one's an anti-Semite. You don't want to get those two confused.
Well, how could be an anti-Semite? He was Jesus, and Jesus was a Jew.
I don't even remember. God. No,
I think it was Mel Gibson that did. What was it?
I don't remember. I don't know if.
What was the name of that Jesus movie?
Passion of the Christ. I don't remember if he played Jesus in that movie. I can't remember.
I thought he did.
I don't think I've ever watched Passion of the Christ. Now that I think about it,
I didn't either. I just remember it was a mildly controversial thing back in the day.
and supposedly like it's really anti-Semitic because they portray the rabbis who reported Jesus in a negative light, and it's just like, well, yeah, I mean, that's like depicting Pilate in a negative light. It's just like, yeah, they're the ones who get Jesus killed technically, but I don't know how bad it is. It could be like really bad. It could be like they're the only ones who are like looking stereotypical in that film for all I know, or it just could be that, you know, they're bad people.
Is this actually shot in America, or is this shot in like the Czech Republic, like a lot of spaghetti westerns were?
A lot of spaghetti westerns were actually shot in Spain. Spaghetti westerns were a lot of times shot in Spain and Italy, actually, in the deserts there. That's why
I thought they were
spaghetti.
over across the sea east of Italy and in that area.
It kind of depends on which one we're talking, in all honesty.
Yeah, true.
Oddly, a lot of Egyptian films are actually shot in Egypt, which is kind of weird, all things considered. Ooh.
Well, that's probably just Egypt wanting all the money they can get.
That's true. They also do have those. Oh, we have subtitles. Do you want subtitles, or do you want me to take them off?
I'm good with subtitles.
Okay.
I like his 1990s Dungeons and Dragons studded leather bracers.
Dude, you gotta look good. Oh my
Jesus
God,
Christ.
he does have Mad Max. Yeah, also. Don't worry. Don't worry. There's no racial sub themes in this. It's all the undertones. It's all overtones.
Yeah. Also, yeah, those totally are Mad Max bracers.
Okay, it was at 50%. The audio, I just realized. I haven't seen this movie in a hot minute, so I completely forgot this beginning.
Expected to be a little bit spicier on the jokes because it's an older movie, but I wasn't expecting to open up with this.
Camp down, ladies. Oh. Can't dance, can't sing. White people. I do like how this is shot like a 1950s Western. Kind of weird thing is, in a historical sense, a lot of westerns kind of shy away from the fact that that was just the word that was used at the time. But this, as a comedy,
Oh yeah,
uses it for comedic effects. So it's, in that regard,
what year was this made? In the 90s?
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that late. Let's see here. I think it was the 80s or 70s, but let me 74.
I can't really, because this looks
Yeah.
better than I would have thought a 70s movie would.
Ooh. Yeah, it's actually really well done because, as I said earlier, it has that feel of a 19, like it's the
film grain isn't as coarse or rough as I usually think of those older movies from the 70s being.
Oh, fucking. How the fuck did that even happen?
They went 5 feet.
Oh, God. But the focus on the camera is very similar to a lot of 1950s westerns, and the outfits are kind of colorful, like quite a few of them. They get. That's expensive back then.
That's expensive now.
Yeah, but
like, I'm just saying, these days a hand car would be a good $2,000.
That's what I mean. Like, in today's money, that hand car, adjusted for inflation, what they just said with 400 was probably is over $2,000.
Hand car economy is brutal out there, man.
I know, dude. I thought Legos were bad.
The camera work kind of reminds me of Star Trek, actually.
The original series, you mean?
That or TNG. Something about the camera work is reminding me about Star Trek.
Yeah.
I might just be making that up.
Wasn't Star Trek the original series a 70s show?
I forget if it was late 60s or 70s, but yeah.
I think it was early 70s, and then Star Wars was late 70s.
That sounds about right. I don't remember which one came first.
I think we're about to see Mel Brooks, by the way. Not Lamar. He just has a bandage on his head.
This thing is that this is like actual good comedy, like old school comedy that's actually good instead of modern comedy.
Oh yeah, you have a combination of both just a spoken comedy and slapstick, you know. But
yeah, you actually have setups and punchlines instead of just random shit.
But also, everything is being played straight. It's not like how a lot of times even in comedies, everything has to be ironic and self-aware, and you know, like this is so silly that we're doing this. Ooh.
Yeah.
Here, everything is silly, and part of the comedy is taking it straight.
Same executioner for Men in Tights?
It might be.
I remember the executioner for Men in Tights, the Nooseman, being like the exact same. Like, I swear to God, that's the same hangman from Men in Tights.
I'm gonna increase the audio a little. Fucking.
Great score, bro.
That's a great
Could you imagine a fantasy setting where that's actually how they record their court cases? Like win-loss ratio?
Well, that's actually a really
that sounds
great
like
way
it'd
to
be like
it.
A weird Ace Attorney spinoff.
Yeah. Oh god. I was just about to say two Exodus.
Speaking of Mel Gibson.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Jesus! Marvelous.
That was a little too real of a joke, though. Oh god, those are stars on his completely pointless. What even are those?
The bracers?
They just brace. Why?
Bracer, Van Brace.
For fuck's sake!
Trying to hang a horse.
The horse has a noose on it as well. I don't know if that means anything.
I was trying to figure that one out.
I don't know if that's meant to be
a
gibberish.
Chicken lost in a tractor's nuts. I was like, huh?
I can't make heads or tails of that. There's so many colloquialisms in America.
Yeah.
That could be legit. It's probably not.
Yeah, probably not. But there's like a 30% chance it is. And if you asked your racist uncle, he'd be like, oh yeah.
Go ask your local Archie bunker. Wait,
Yeah.
no, not Archie bunker. It's just fucking cows.
Can you imagine this absolute smell on that set?
Oh, it's
Cow
all
shit
fucking.
everywhere. Because
It would
cows
not
are
be
just
great.
constantly shitting. They're like geese.
Yeah, that's all they do. They just eat and poop. The fucking this music. This is just like half of all musicals right now, though. To be honest.
This has big Jackass 2 vibes, I'll be honest.
With the stunts. Oh, there goes your PETA endorsement. Actually, wait, no, that comes later.
That was actually a sick stunt they just did. Flipping that guy over with the noose.
Oh, Jesus.
I missed when comedy had pacing and setups.
Yeah. Does he die?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Is he about to die, right?
I'm honestly surprised.
Clearly. It's never been more clearly stated.
Even with subtitles, I don't know what the hell was going on there. Holy shit, is that the actor for like from Big Lebowski who plays the Big Lebowski?
Guy talking?
That's the same voice, isn't it?
Will it offend you if I say I've never seen Big Lebowski?
Slightly.
Rawr, rawr, rawr.
Holy shit, that was him, it looks like. That was him. I never get that shit. I wish I had like an illiterate hype man like that dude. Like Gabby. This dude. I like the dude who just keeps going. He's right. This one, this is Mel Brooks, the governor.
The Gov.
Yeah, the gov.
The big GOV. Only 200,000.
That's really
I
impressive.
wonder how long it took him to, be able to do that.
He actually was able to do that when he got on set. It's one of those things. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger just playing with the shotgun in Terminator 2, and he just like is just like, oh wait a second, that's just something you can do. Yeah, it's just like, oh, you do that for the movie for a scene. The yo-yoing the shotgun.
Yeah.
Originally, it's just like, oh yeah, we just won't cut, like we'll just cut away from him after every time he fires, and it's just, and then what is it? James Cameron just saw him just yo-yoing it, and he's just like, oh shit,
You can
do that in the movie. Hairy legs.
I wonder if Arnold knew that from just messing around and goofing around, or if he actually learned to do that because he was in the army in Austria. Because they had like mandatory service when he was in Austria as a kid.
I don't know actually. I just know that
There's really if you look up Arnold Schwarzenegger from his like army days, there's some really funny photos of like little Arnie with his head sticking out of a tank, and it's adorable.
I know what is it? It's a Suburban Hercules or whatever. I've seen that movie. Have you ever seen it?
No.
I think it's his first movie, and he's not even voicing the character because his accent is so thick and he doesn't know enough English. So all of his lines are dubbed over. It's amazing. If you've ever seen like the Arnie, like the super young Arnie, like in like a tracksuit, like running towards the camera or whatever, that's what movie it's from.
Okay.
Like when he's in a tracksuit that's like 3 sizes too small.
What is dude doing with that pen?
I don't know. God, he has good form.
That dude is the only guy able to even use those things.
Yeah.
Is he gonna choke on this? I'm just waiting for him to choke and die on one of those hard candies.
Forgive my just the casual break of the fourth wall got me off guard.
I swear to God, that's even the same joke they have in Men in Tights with him.
Probably. Oh, choking?
Ah,
You called
it.
I like how he still cut himself off.
Is it just me, or is that bust of George Washington look a little bit Habsburgian?
It looks a little weird. It looks a little weird. The Lincoln one looks
Just
on point.
Yeah.
The Washington looks a little long in the face and fat in the cheeks.
Yeah.
Just going right back to work. Ooh. Gucci.
Gee.
That is a nice outfit, though. Not
Uh,
for what
yeah,
it's
I'll be
supposed
real.
to
That's
be.
not a bad outfit.
Why can't I get that in Red Dead? Wait a minute. I like all of these, like, from the fourth wall breaks to, like, little things like this where the band is in it. All of it, a
That's
little
such
bit
a
of a
classic
spoiler.
movie move too. Is just walking past the band in a comedy.
Yeah. But all of these scenes are building up to probably one of the best probably one of the best fourth wall breaks I've ever seen in a film, because the third act of the film just goes off the fucking rail. This scene is what's about to happen is very legendary.
That band has nicer clothes than the rest of the town combined.
They only go out like what, once a year? Maybe
Yeah.
twice? He's a nice person.
Right now, they're hard R quota.
Oh, and they have not approached their quota yet in this movie. The way he gets out of this situation is amazing. Well, that's just rude.
On the left looks like Radar from MASH.
Which guy on the left?
The lady in the green.
Oh, Lady in the Green. Okay, I thought you were saying one of the
Man
guys.
looks like Radar. I swear to God, it looks like radar.
Ooh. Oh, that's gonna get shot. Oh.
Tried. Bro tried.
He tried so much.
That's amazing. Was 50-50 on that lady actually being a dude in a dress. Until I heard the
Jesus.
voice.
Wow. Damn. Damn, Harriet. Look at his head. Rockridge Town Council. Holy shit, this is actually way too accurate to small towns. If you've ever lived in a small town, half of all the companies are just have the same last name. It's fucking hilarious.
Nepotism, baby.
Ooh.
I missed radar. Let's hear it.
Ooh.
Arr, arr, arr.
That
That actually
is...
sounds like a response a small town would make.
Yeah. And the cows come home. Damn, dude. 500 reward. What the hell do you do? There he is. It's Willy Wonka.
I was wondering whose face that was because I recognized it.
That's Gene Wilder, baby.
Yeah. No rush, bro.
You're just allowed to take your ammo belt into the into the cell with you.
Hey, just take the gun away. It'll be fine. Man, I mean, that's a reaction image right there.
Jim. This character is actually one of those just random characters in a Mel Brooks story where you're just like, actually, this guy's kind of like not half badly
He feels like he
written.
wandered off the set from another movie.
Exactly. Gene Wilder is actually kind of the same way in Young Frankenstein, where there's several scenes in Young Frankenstein where Gene Wilder, you're just like, he's actually just like killing it right now. And then he just goes back. Then he just goes back to being an incredible goofball like immediately.
Bro walked onto the set of a comedy movie with the wrong script and is taking it way too hard. Sheriff got his Ben Kenobi.
Yeah.
Oh God, please no. Not the rent.
No.
When they said Waco Kid, I thought they were talking about Waco, Texas, and that.
I was thinking Waco, Texas too. I was trying to think of.
I was like, oh no, he's just is like a nickname for a cowboy.
This is actually before Waco, if I remember correctly.
I think Waco is probably the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like 80s or early 90s, I think. So he didn't kill the kids. Well, so at least when it comes down to Waco, he's better than the FBI.
Just a little.
Just, just by like maybe a few dozen. Or,
Just a little.
a little.
The bar was low, but he managed to get over it.
And God bless him. That was actually a really fucking long wagon train. Oh, damn.
That was an unexpectedly real scene.
Yeah, that too. Damn, back of the train. How far we've come. The sped up footage is so stupid.
Yeah, they couldn't get the horses to go fast enough.
The Mel Brooks again. That might be Mel Brooks.
That is Mel Brooks and Redface.
Probably. Yeah, that's Mel Brooks, his voice.
He's in Redface. Yep.
That fucking Jewish accent. She. Knock on barbed wire before entering.
God, that bowl of beans would actually have to be cold and just so disgusting to try and eat on set.
Thing is, on set, do you know like what they actually do?
What?
They don't actually eat food because you don't know how many takes it's gonna be. So what they do is a lot of times they'll just have the food in their mouth chewing it, and instead of swallowing it, like when the scene ends, they'll just spit it out into a trash can. Like a guy will just come around with a trash can that they all have to spit into, and then they'll do the scene again if they have to.
Okay, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's also just like Jesus. That's just like awful to feel like it doesn't matter how, because it's like it's still real food, so you just have to put that in your mouth, chew it for as long as you need to do for the scene, then spit it out, do it again if you need to. It's fucking so disgusting. I forget who that is, but that was a football player at this time.
Fucking Mongo.
Ooh, green, like Columbo.
Bro just put his whole head in fire.
That's gonna... Bro took smoking a little too literally.
Yep.
Strike Anywhere matches. I understand why they're not sold as often anymore, because they can spontaneously fucking combust on transit. But they are so good. And they are so worth, like, the extra price. Just being able to flick it with your finger to just, like, light the match is just so satisfying.
I just remember in the 90s the fun thing to do was to light a match by striking it off your boot or on your ass.
You can also do that with Strike Anywhere matches.
Yeah.
There's different techniques for different surfaces. Ooh. I like the leather on the inside of his pants. Ooh. Which you would want on a horse.
Yeah.
Also like how he has another outfit.
Another Gucci outfit.
It is pretty Gucci. He looks fucking fine in those suits, man. He looks great.
Yeah.
God, I wish I could fucking pull those suits. I wish I could pull that stuff off like him, man. Sadly, I look more like Gene Wilder. That's usually more my fit, Gene Wilder's. I think that might have been my mom.
Now the guy is just his full-time emotional support counselor now.
Meant to say grandma, but fucking going down to Florida when she was still alive, going through, you know, going through an area in the car, and my grandma was racist, but she went, she was like, because it was like a more mixed race area, she was just like, we gotta be careful around here, and just like, it's just like, why? It's just like, because this is where the colored people live, and my brother...
Does that bull have a giant cancer sack on its top?
I guess it just has a hump because it's just dried out, but my brother, without missing a beat, just goes, what color are they? Because he's just innocent and pure and not racist like her. Yes, no. What's going to be the punchline? This scene. This is where they lose their PETA endorsement. Right there.
Did he actually? That's not a real horse. No way.
It was a Pratt. No, it was a real horse, but the horse was trained to fall like that.
Okay.
He didn't actually hit the horse. You can actually, if you look close enough, you can actually see that it was a really well-trained horse.
Okay. Impressive stunt nonetheless for that guy not to get fucking crushed by the horse.
Horses are like second to dogs in training, but they're still animals on set and are really hard to deal with.
Yep.
That fucking Japanese on that book? What the hell is on that book? You seeing that?
That does look like Japanese, yeah. They probably just grabbed it from the set of some other movie that was next door.
It could be kanji or something. If Shog Mommy was here, she could say.
That's what it looks like. What the hell is that?
Western Union. I like how Mel Brooks never tried to make his... never tried to make sense with his comedies. He's just like, let's have a literal Looney Tunes segment with music included.
That actually gave me a flashback to Double Zeta. Because that's just straight Looney Tunes in the first while.
Yeah, the first part of Double Zeta is off the walls. Just insanity.
Yeah.
It's so fucking goofy. Then the second half, they just remember, oh shit, this is a Gundam series. It's like about war being bad and shit. Oh crap. Well, what are we gonna do with all the goofy characters? Just have them get brainwashed by Haman. Don't worry about it. What about our Char clone? Just have him like decide to get over his crush and want to commit genocide. Okay, it's fine.
I watched like 4 or 5 episodes of Double Z. I was like, okay, I need to take a break. So I watched like the first few episodes right off of regular Zeta because everyone told me I need to do that for the Whiplash. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it.
It's amazing.
I gotta save this for later because I can't take the Looney Tunes right this second.
It is amazing Whiplash. Seeing the Beast,
Yeah.
a guy who went toe to toe with Camille, an old type who could go toe to toe with one of the most powerful new types in all of Gundam. And then he's just wacky races with fucking judo for the first 3 episodes.
That's literally what it is.
It's so fucking. But unironically, Judo is my favorite protagonist in the original Gundam series just because he's so different. Everyone else is so angsty. Judo is just like, I just want to work a job to support my sister. My sister, I think, is dead. Okay, I'm gonna kill all of Zeon. And it's just like, wow, you're amazing. Also, he's just like low key, like one of the most powerful new types ever. Ooh. Aww.
Something's wrong with that pie.
I think.
Okay, maybe there's nothing wrong with the pie.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the pie to blow up or something.
After the last scene, I don't blame you. God damn, he's in a new outfit again. I like it more than the first outfit, but not as much as the second outfit. I also think you haven't seen Young Frankenstein, but I believe she is also an actor in Young Frankenstein. Jesus fucking Christ, those tassels.
Another new outfit. He has in
No,
this
he
strip.
just has a jacket on now. He has a jacket from the last scene.
No.
He's just expanded his outfit. I will always find it funny, though, speaking of outfits, in Return of the Jedi, Leia was, the actress for Leia was just like, can I get more outfits, George? You give me, like, 1, maybe 2 outfits per movie. And George is like, yeah, I can give you more outfits. Slave Leia outfit, and, like, almost immediately in Return of the Jedi. And it's just like, never ask Lucas for outfits. He's also the one.
And then ironically, Luke Skywalker had a lot of different outfits in that one.
Yeah. He's also the one who I think designed Padme's like tight leather outfit in episode 2 that looks awful, but is very much, it's just Gooner. George Lucas is just a Gooner. I love him for that. Like, did you know that in his sequel trilogy, the one character he wanted to bring in from the expanded universe was Darth Talon?
I don't remember which one Darth Darth Talon
Darth Talon is the red Twi'lek with an amazing body and world-class tits. George Lucas, let's have the Twi'lek race. All the women must be hot. Really? Yes.
Send it.
He's such a gooner. Sees art of Aya Sakura with her tits out. She's gonna be in the movie. This is just like concept art that like I just did on my own time, Lucas. Make her a character. Her name is Aya Sakura. She's gonna be one of the most powerful Jedi ever.
Look, it can't be worse than Darth, what was it, Jar Jar Binks?
People pushing that as a meme is fine, but some people going like, no, Jar Jar was in on it. No, Jar Jar is a fool.
No.
That's the whole point of it.
Jar Jar was there to sell kids and keep the kids entertained.
Yeah. But I mean, like, in the whole, like, giving power to Palpatine is like,
Did
no,
I say
the whole thing
sell
is
kids? I meant sell toys.
He sold kids in universe, probably. Literally.
Oh, yeah.
Wookiee children. How do you think they built the Death Star so fast? Part 2. Unironically, that's part of the way they were able to build the Death Star Death Star 2 so fast. They just enslaved a bunch of Wookiees. These guys are really good at manual labor. What about all those droids from, like, the Clone Wars? Nah, we can't reactivate those to build shit. That would only make too much sense, bro. Enslave the Wookiees.
Well, what about the Wookiees?
Favorite thing in that is just people growing up going like, why did they mention this at like the very end of the meeting? And then growing up and being like, oh yeah, very important shit, like the actual reason the meeting was called being brought up at the end of the meeting and being settled in like 2 minutes. Yeah, that's actually pretty realistic.
The most realistic meetings are the ones that could have been emails.
Pretty much.
She's a very pretty, handsome lady, but it's funny that they have a handsome lady as the showstopper.
Yeah. In Young Frankenstein, I believe she's the one who becomes the bride of Frankenstein. One of my favorite things about comedies has to be things like that. I have no idea if that was intentional or not, but regardless if it was, they keep it in the movie because it's funny. You mess up a shot in a comedy, and if it's funny, they're like, okay, did anyone like break character and laugh though? No? Then we're still good. We can use that shot.
Now she just got tired in this setting.
Yeah.
She needs a break. There's a guy in the front row who looked like he was having a heart attack.
Maybe. Them firing those guns made me realize blanks are either one of those things that was invented very early on or surprisingly late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're either made in like the 1500s or they weren't made until like the 1900s for some weird reason.
She's just a little bit tired. A little bit tuckered
I don't
out.
remember, but I'm wondering if the ceiling's gonna start falling on him.
I know that's happening in another... Big Trouble in Little China, that's the movie it happens in.
You're right. They start the big fight. He fires the gun in the air, and a brick just
knocks him out for the final
head.
fight.
God, I love Big Trouble in Little China. Is that my second favorite John Carpenter-Kurt Russell collaboration? It might be. Have you ever seen Escape from LA or Escape from New York?
Saw Escape from New York at some point. I don't remember when. It's been a long time.
Escape from LA is literally just Escape from New York again, but completely played up for comedic effect, but all done straight faced. It is just a satire
like I've seen the Red
of
Letter
action.
Media of whatever their sub run is of their series on the old movies. I've seen that on that when they did the John Carpenter movies.
I have not seen their coverage of it, so
Okay. Review, that's the name of it.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it fucking sounds awful, but she's German. Hit your leg. I'm surprised she didn't hit her leg on the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what Schwartzy is in German?
I did at one point. What does it mean?
She just literally just called him Blackie in fucking German.
Oh,
Jesus. Schwartz means black.
Jesus.
They do a very similar joke in what they just did there with the schnitzel. I mean, or not schnitzel, but the Schnitzengruben.
Schnitzengruben.
They do a very similar joke in Young Frankenstein, where they're eating very large sausage, and then they are talking about the proportions of the monster, and the girl just goes, "He'd have an amazing Strongstrucker." And so, but it's not drawn attention to, but like it's just like like they all have on their on their plates though, just massive fucking sausage.
That gave me blaxploitation movie vibes just now.
You ever seen Blackula?
I don't know if I have. I've heard of it though.
Like how blaxploitation like runs from actually like exploitative movies to just movies that just like have a black audience. It's like it goes from offensive to just a matter of fact. It's kind of a useless term.
Yep.
Jesus Christ,
I thought he said Hitler Lamar for a second. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was what they actually named him.
Fucking Mongo just crucified. Mongo died for our sins.
I didn't even see him back there.
Yeah. He was the Lamb of God.
Mongo just needed a friend. I'm surprised Mongo even knows what a pawn is.
God, I hate what I'm looking at. I know it's just like they're there to be background on the set, but just seeing them just hit shit randomly is just pissing me off.
That's how you build railroads, right? You just hit shit randomly.
There's such a unique process to it, and it's actually just like it's actually pretty interesting seeing like a railroad be built in the old-fashioned way quickly. Than just seeing a bunch of jackasses just go duh, duh, duh. It's like when you learn about guns and then like almost all movies you're just like, that's not how you use it. Like they're like, no, that's not correct. You fucked up. It's like you're not even looking down the
Gucci
sights.
saddle?
I think so. I think I can see the branding on it.
Yeah, I think that's still the Gucci saddle.
I couldn't read Gucci because of the angle, but I saw the underline. I see it there on the other side.
I wonder if they had to pay a licensing fee to have that name on it.
You think there's licensing, or do you think it was sponsored?
I mean, it's a trademarked thing, so well, it could have been sponsored. I don't know if Gucci would want us to sponsor a movie with like 1,000 N-bombs in it.
Fucking funny thing about 2001: A Space Odyssey. Originally, it was sponsored by IBM, but then they learned that like, oh wait a minute, the computer in the movie that's made by us goes like crazy and insane and starts killing people. It can't use our branding anymore. Fuck you. Like
if they had any idea, they would have kept going and pushed it even harder.
Yeah. Damn.
God bless you, Willy Wonka. Deputy Wonka.
I don't know if the bullet would actually be strong enough to make it go out of the hand, but fucking if it was, that would fucking hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, it would. Probably break their thumbs or fingers that were in the well.
At least one of them would have like a broken hand.
Yeah. Wait, did she get blacked and turn on him?
Yeah. Hell of a way to put it. The parlance of our day.
Yeah, the parlance of her day.
She got blacked.
Then
Symbolically shown by her wearing black now. Ignore the fact that she was already wearing black. Oh my god. Wait, this movie's set in like the 1860s. Does that mean he's a bad person, or he's just a normal guy in that time period for striking a woman?
no, just a normal guy.
Okay, well.
He was being a gentleman because he didn't punch her.
Yeah, so it's showing that he has some redeemable character traits.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to portray him as just the villain.
He's not all bad. He does an open palm when he hits his women.
The gentle palm.
Yes. God, the Sean Connery interview fucking still kills me to this day. He's as a man out of time. Have you ever seen the interview where he just goes like, sometimes you just need to give a woman a smack if they're getting lippy to you?
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Is this so just like, is this like, this is just a real interview? He's just from a different time and Scottish. Flavor.
Oh no, Flavortown got evicted. They got run out of Flavortown.
Help wanted. That's pretty good pay.
Yeah, I was listening saying that. I'm like $100 a day. Hey, that's you could eat. That's eating money.
Even today, I mean, that's not great money today, but like, that's not even bad
If you're
money
down
today.
bad, hey, that'll get you by.
Yeah.
It'll be rough, but
I mean, there's gonna be a lot of planning, so most of you, like, yeah, I mean, you'll have like 3 days probably of just like $100 a day.
you'll be sleeping on the park bench, but yeah, hey, you got food.
In a city, you're boned. In a small town, you might make it a while.
The Germans.
Fucking
Is
hell.
this the fourth wall scene where they just pick up everyone that was on the set next door?
No, it's setting up to that. This is all just setting up to the big fourth wall break. All things like this. So it's just gets more and more absurd. Lawrence of Arabia. Fucking hell. And
KKK.
I love what's on the back of their fucking robes. It's so fucking stupid. Jesus.
That is a dark Monty Python joke.
It is. Jesus Christ, imagine if your teacher did that. Have a nice day.
I'm surprised they even did the screen swip there. Little transition.
That's a good little illusion.
It's always kinky with them.
Fucking turned his palms. Jesus. The subtle joke though of turning it to his palm and going like, "See, he's getting his hands getting wider." It's just like Jesus.
I didn't even notice that. Oh god.
It's a very subtle because he said like, "Oh, you need to like," because when he puts out his hand, he's like, "Oh, like you need to clean up after the cross burning," and then he flips his hand over, and see, it's coming off.
Yeah.
It's like those subtle jokes that are intertied into everything else.
Expected him to roll over and do the same thing to the next guy, put his hand over his mouth. And they just do that in sequence.
Sadly, that'd probably take too long.
Yeah. Oh no, transient workers.
Vagabonds and
sheriff.
vagrants, drifters.
The sheriff went down to Lowe's.
Jesus. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Have a good day, sir.
I kind of wish he had the Bible that got shot through.
I'm surprised he doesn't.
It'd be a nice little visual gag if every time it's just that Bible.
I'm actually surprised they didn't. If we did it, we made a Hollywood set inside a Hollywood set.
Oh my goodness, they did such a good job.
I'm waiting for the gag when the entire town falls over like dominoes.
The fucking Hell's Angels.
They got the bike handles on the horsies. was a great reaction of Willy Wonka there.
Yeah. This is so fucking stupid.
Don't even got it fenced, they just got the gate.
Yeah, no, it's just a toll booth.
Should have set up a speed trap. The evil German lady actually looks pretty better in a pantsuit.
Ooh, I wasn't looking.
She's still a handsome lady, but hey, she pulls off a pantsuit.
She's German, you can't blame her. My non-racist grandma was German. She was also a handsome woman.
You can do it, Willy Wonka.
Oh my god!
They actually got a dummy to launch in there.
They got two dummies!
Jesus! Me of God, what was that movie's name? Not Kung Fu Hustle. It's the one that had like a hatchet gang. That was like
Kung
a
Fu.
comedy Oh, what is it?
I think that is Kung Fu Hustle. Where they had the hatchet king and like a guy just throws a hatchet and cuts off a dude's limb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was mixing up that or the one with the super funnily bad lip syncing.
Oh no, that's not Kung Pao into the Fist. Kung Pao into the Fist is a different one.
Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, you're right.
Kung Pao into the Fist is legendary though.
Oh yeah. I love
Both
of
those
them.
movies are pretty good though.
Yeah. The Kung Fu Hustle has like a dry spell in the middle that's hard to get through.
It does slow down a little, you're right.
Yeah.
And just be gone to that wall. That there is no fourth wall in this movie. There never was. This was actually just a documentary the whole time. I sorry to break it to you. Jesus.
That is so much choreography they would have had to do and prepare for such a nothing scene.
Yeah. I like how this is a matte painting, by the way, in the background.
It is. Brian the Muff. This has become like War of the Actor Unions.
Jesus Christ.
This scene had to be cathartic as hell, even for the actors.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Hitler.
Yeah. Mel Brooks loved, because he was a Jew, he absolutely loves just having in his movies just like jokes that just make fun of Nazis randomly. If he can fit it into a scene, he will fit it into the scene. Doesn't need to make sense for him. Fucking Hitler in the background.
Yep. I'm surprised they even put subtitles on that.
Well, I didn't even read them.
He said, "What the fuck's all?"
Yeah.
Breaking the gate.
Oh.
Even just stop pretending there's a plot anymore.
No, they're getting back to it. They're getting back to it. You need to get the bad guy. Chinese theater, Blazing Saddle.
I remember those days. Still using my ancient student ID.
Like that's the fucking cows. It took me a second. Like a prototype for the Spaceballs scene.
That's exactly what this is.
Yeah. Oh, right in the grundle.
Riding the muffin.
Money. Cash
Cash
money.
money. Is that the origin of Oshi marks? Was it the first one? The money for Hendrik Lamar? Or Hedley Lamar, whatever his name was?
Oh my god, that's his Oshi mark, you're right. I can't believe they just went like, okay, how do we cut back to like the actual finale? Boom.
Oh, you just cut back to the scene. Simple as. Wait, his name was Bart?
Yeah, he does not realize that. The entire movie they've been calling him Bart.
I've just been calling him Sheriff the whole time. I missed the memo.
Fuck, we have subtitles. You don't even have an excuse.
No, I don't. I'm just stupid as shit.
Fucking popcorn.
He's Willy Wonka. He gets to have popcorn when he wants. Honestly, it would have been even better if he just showed up as Willy Wonka in this movie when they broke the fourth wall.
I don't remember.
Like he's just Willy Wonka for the rest of the movie.
When that movie was made, sadly.
It's a really old movie. I feel like it would have been made before this one.
Pretty old, but I don't know. I think it was made in the 70s. I just don't know if it was made before or after.
Yeah. But that just would have been perfect if he was just randomly Willy Wonka for the rest of the movie.
I like this, because this is so real. Because this is what happens every time they ride to the sunset. The moment they get off camera, there's a car waiting there, and there's a handler who's gonna take the horses.
Yep. Now they're riding off into the sunset.
Yeah.
I feel like now they need to stop and get out the car and get onto a bus at the next intersection.
The end.
The end.
Okay, so I'm happy that I was able to show you another. Another.
Yeah, that was a Mel Gibson classic there.
Okay, don't call him Mel Gibson. This isn't Lethal Weapon, man. Oh my god.
That was a good movie.
It was a good movie. It was a fun movie. I hope anyone who joined us.
I wasn't ready for them to just get rid of the fourth wall entirely for about a half hour.
But you mean
that was a longer fight scene than Revenge of the Sith. Or episode 3, whatever it was called.
Yeah, but at least for them, it kind of makes more plot sense of the fact that how they actually, you know, have to leave the movie.
Yeah.
Let's stop the timer. Ooh. And would you like to tell the fine folks at home where to find you?
I'm on YouTube, although one of these days I'm going to get around to multi-streaming on Twitch. But on YouTube, I am GM Powerlines, or Powerlines channel. I've been streaming gotcha games, so I also like story games and other whatever the hell I feel like.
Okay. Ooh. And thank you, anyone who joined us today. I think we're just going to cut it short. I'm not going to link out to anywhere. Thank you very much for joining us. Ooh. Have a great day, a wonderful life, and remember, don't lose your head.